Hi, it's Chris Watkin from Landlord Farming TV. I'm with Nick Lyons from No Letting Go. Nick, what are the three biggest issues when it comes to agents doing inventories?
Well, probably the most important thing with inventories is around detail. And what we tend to find with agents doing it is it's not their core business. So they've got a million other things going on. Property managers in their life, it's busy. There are problems going on constantly. And then taking the time to then come out of the office, spending hour, 2 hours, doing something probably they don't do that often. You know, the devil's in the detail with inventory, and it's all about getting all that information together, because ultimately an inventory is there to protect you at the end, or protect the tenant, protect the landlord, and protect the agent at the end, and pick up all of those potential disputes and ensure that don't become a dispute.
So give me some three examples of where agents go wrong with inventories then.
Well, first and foremost, a lot of agents don't have the time and therefore don't spend the time in getting all the information together. So you end up doing lots of photographs, not enough writing, and therefore it becomes a bit of a grey area.
Where does that become an issue? When things go belly up and it goes to court?
Well, if you get to the end of the tenancy, what you want is you don't really want it to go to court. What you want is you want to sit in front of a tenant, sit in front of the landlord, and have a lot of information that you can negotiate. Because if, let's say that the wall was white, now it's blue,
yes,
you want that information picked up. If there's scratches and marks and scuffs and all that sort of stuff, you can't pick it up on a picture. That's the problem.
I'd like to say, I know a lot of agents that just take lots of photographs. What is the issue there then? Is it this scuffs thing, or?
Well, you think the size of a property.
Yeah.
And if you take a white wall, we've got a standard bedroom, 4 white walls, scuffs and marks and scuffs around them. It's a dim day, often in the UK.
Yes.
And now we're in taking photos. You can't take photographs of every square inch of that wall.
So what you're saying is by writing them down, you're going to be, the agent and the landlord is going to be better covered.
Clarity. It's about clarity. So white wall, scuffs to the left-hand side, middle, right-hand side. Then you have some evidence, photographic evidence to support it, but you're using the writing to compare like for like.
So tip number 1 is use words as well as photographs.
Absolutely.
What's the next tip?
The next thing is around when you're doing inventories, you're moving the tenant in. So an inventory and check-in combined, which is more typical these days. Now, that in itself is around taking the time to take that tenant around, ensuring that the information, it's almost like a meet and greet service. What you want the tenant to be nice and comfortable when they moved in, address all the issues so you can deal with all of those issues at the front end.
And what tips would you have on that?
Well, probably the mantra that we tend to work with, and I advise agents, is disputes are determined at the beginning of the tenancy, not the end. And it's critical. This is all about getting your paperwork in order.
So get it sorted at the start.
And don't worry, because at the end it's too late. You've got problems, you've got all kinds of things, and that's probably the most critical thing.
And what's the third thing?
Well, the third thing is about getting signatures, ensuring that you get agreement from the tenant that if you have it done as an independent inventory company, and we have a duty of care both to the tenant and the landlord. So therefore, we can act for both parties. So if we sign it and the tenant decides not to be there, for whatever reason, for working or whatever the case happens to be, if we sign it, we can sign it on behalf of both parties. So therefore, there's no conflict of interest, it remains independent. So if you get to the end, if the landlord signs it, or if the agent signs it, but the tenant doesn't sign it, you're in quite a difficult situation. They can challenge it. And it can become an issue.
So what you're saying is, by employing an independent inventory firm, a bit like yourselves at No Letting Go, you are offering a get out of jail card in case the tenant doesn't sign it, or it just, for the reasons we said.
It's our bag. It's what we do best. Agents, property managers, fantastic, operations. But at the end of the day, they want to look after their landlord's best interests, ensure that everything runs smoothly, and the best way of doing that is to use the best people, whether it be referencing companies, whether it be inventory companies, whatever the case is.
Well, let's be honest, we outsource referencing, we outsource our for sale boards and our to let boards. Why don't you outsource inventory?
Absolutely.
And let agents get on and do the job that they're paid to do, which is find tenants.
And protect everything, protect your landlord, protect your core business, make sure that you earn your money, have a good, successful business.
Nick, you've been a legend. Cheers, mate.
Thanks
Thank you very much. Cheers. Thank you.